in that strange book of yours all summer? You gotta go out, have an adventure, Mabel exclaimed.
Not now, Dipper said quietly. I'm trying to decode this.
Oh. He was looking at a cryptogram that said XLSFA QBE Q. Why are they telling us this? YBII. Dipper was officially stumped. He could not figure out what it meant, and it seemed very mysterious to him. That's kind of redundant. Okay. Grunkle Stan is going to take us to the diner. Okay, right, yeah. For lunch, Dipper, Mabel exclaims.
Am I reading this?
No. I'm sorry. I saw Dipper and I was like, okay, that's you talking. Dipper, however, was not in the mood for the dinner. He was publicly humiliated last time he went, and he thought the food wasn't very good anyway.
Mabel, I don't want to go to the diner, Dipper said solemnly. I want to go somewhere else.
A lot of these are spelling mistakes from the story, not me. But there is really nothing else in town, unless you count the Taco Bell near the forest, Mabel replied.
Taco Bell? Dipper's ears perked up. He had never eaten a Taco Bell before.
Yeah, no, that's me. He had never eaten at a Taco Bell before, and ever since last week, he had a craving for Mexican food for some reason.
Why don't we go to Taco Bell today?
Bell is not Mexican.
Dipper asked. Taco Bell? Taco Bell? Grunkle Stan questioned. Why'd you want to go there? It smells like the bathroom when it gets clogged.
Wow!
I had my heart set on pancakes, Mabel moaned.
Oh.
Ooh. Let's see. Wait. They don't clarify who said it. Listen, you can go to Taco Bell if you want to. Don't come crying to me when you smell like expired onions.
Fine, I will.
Dipper said harshly. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Grunkle Stan said. But as he was exiting the mystery shack, the door hit him on the way out.
The question shed,
said Grunkle Stan. He was laughing. Thank you. So anyways, Mabel and Grunkle Stan went to the diner, while Dipper tried to find the Taco Bell. He had brought with them his book, and a couple bucks. But finding the Taco Bell was harder than he previously thought. He had been looking around town for what seemed like days. The Mr. book wasn't helping him either, until he saw a flicker of a sign in the forest. He went into the forest. I love that game.
Why would there be a Taco Bell in the forest?
Dipped asked himself. After hiking for about an hour, Dipper finally got to the Taco Bell, but it sure didn't look like any Taco Bell he'd ever seen. It was surrounded by a barrage of giant oak trees in an open field, completely different from the rugged terrain of the Oregon forest. The open field was covered with at least 3 layers of pine needles, which got the attention of Dipper. He stuck his hand into the pine needles.
Ow, Dipper shouted.
A pine needle poked him. It hurts. The restaurant, Taco Bell, looked like a silo, sort of. Well, it was very cylindrical. Is that a word? I don't think that's a word.
Cylindrical?
Cylindrical? Yes, it's a word.
Nah. The outside had rusty picnic tables and looked like no one used them at all. Dipper walked up to the restaurant's door.
Should I go in there? Dipper asked himself. I'm starting to have second thoughts. Why is there a small, desolate Taco Bell in this forest miles from the nearest road? But I guess it's my only option. Mabel and Grunkle Stan are probably going with lunch right now.
And they were. Mabel wondered why Dipper hadn't come back yet, but Grunkle Stan didn't give a damn. What a man. So Dipper entered the restaurant. He was relieved to see that the interior was normal, except for its high ceiling. There were also no customers inside.
Big Taco Bell.
That was normal, considering how the franchise was so isolated. He went up to the counter. There was only one cashier working the register. A very old, slightly deaf, bored out of his skull cashier. Dipper decided what he wanted to order, then approached the register.
Excuse me, I'll have...
We only got tacos, the cashier interrupted.
Okay, I guess I'll have a taco then.
We only got tacos.
Diaper said.
Diaper?
What did you say? The cashier yelled.
I said I want a taco.
Dipper yelled back. Okay then, the cashier said. Then he went back for a few minutes. When he came out, he was carrying Dipper's taco. That'll be $1. The cashier said. What? $1 for a taco? That's a good fucking.
That'll $1.
Oh yeah, that'll $1. The cashier said. Dipper gave him the money, and he went to sit down at the least grimiest table. He bit into the hot, spicy, juicy taco, filled with thick, pure
Spicy,
meat,
juicy,
mild.
creamy.
Oh, this is gonna make me fucking vomit. He bit into the hot,
Crusty.
spicy, juicy taco filled
How are
with thick,
tacos
pure
juicy?
meat, mild, tantalizing black beans, and sour, fluffy sour cream. Jesus, he enjoyed the single bite of a perfectly cooked taco and still tasted it in his mouth after he swallowed it. But as he was about to bite into it a second time, he felt a churning movement inside his body. Here's where shit gets real. Something that he had felt often.
Uh-oh.
Dipper said, then rushed to find the laboratory. Man,
that really went through me.
Dipper said to himself. For some reason, the bathrooms were hidden in a corner far from the counter and far from the table he was sitting at. When he walked in, he found the bathrooms were surprisingly clean for a fast food restaurant anyway. And Dipper found his suspicious... That is not how you spell that. All of the stalls were full, and no one was using urinals. Suspicious. All of the stalls were full, and no one was using the urinals. But right on cue, someone walked out of one of the stalls. Dipper didn't pay much attention to who was walking out, but he was wearing all black and had a plastic bag with him. Dipper just had to go.
Filled with dog shit.
Unfortunately, he didn't make it in time. He checked his pants and found the worst of all.
Herpes.
Diarrhea, Dipper said. Yeesh.
He was about to leave the stall when he noticed a bulge in his pants.
Oh. Yeah,
Touched
oh,
the
whoa,
bulge,
what's this?
And once he touched it, he knew exactly what it was. It was an erection. He found him completely aroused after touching it. He started to do it some more. Eventually, he was ready to hardcore masturbate. He didn't know what was arousing him, but he knew he was aroused. He took off his blue shorts.
It was a diarrhea,
dude. Underwear. What? Revealing his medium-sized but not small penis. It was bright and red, like Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Fucking hell. Dipper started to yank his Johnson harder and harder. The 5-incher was getting pumped. Dipper's soiled hands started to feel bits of pre-cum on his dry fingers. Eventually, the medium
Isn't this kid like 13?
Yeah.
Younger than that.
And burst in an explosion of cum. The cum got all over the walls and toilet, and Dipper felt proud. He had creamed himself for the first time, but he was upset that it
Taco
was
Bell,
not
Doritos Locos Taco Spicy Mayo.
No.
I'm surprised.
It's not enough for me. I need to release all of this.
I am amazed that you fucking said that in one try. Doritos Locos Tacos Spicy Mayo.
TM.
But he was upset that it was not over Wendy.
No, Dipper thought, all this is not enough for me. I need to release all of this.
With his erection still active, Dipper began yanking at his penis again. It was much quicker, and Dipper cummed quicker. It was a bigger release than last time. It began to rain.
This kid has got like machine gun jizz.
Fuck, I wish I had the stamina this kid had.
This boy's a fucking monster.
Dipper felt more proud than last time, his heart about to burst from all the droplets of cum falling from the ceiling. He felt as happy as he felt on the day of the first snowfall of the year. He stuck out his tongue to taste the shiny from the faulty fluorescent lighting in the bathroom. He tasted it, and he thought it was one of the best tasting things in the world. Better than the largest chocolate bar. Better than the rarest pig. Wait, what? Would the pig taste good? And better than the taco he was having earlier. By now, he couldn't stop. He couldn't leave now and miss on this great masturbation adventure. He wanted to take the cum. He scraped a handful of it off on the stall and put it in his dirty, wet mouth. He grabbed another and another and another. He was getting more aroused by consuming the cum, and he released another load.
So that's where it's all coming from. Dipper said to himself, cum all over his face and teeth.
Came up with a solution to get more hardcore adult masturbation experience. He was going to put it into action. He tilted his head down, sat down on the cum-covered ground, grabbed his hardened Johnson, and stuck it in his mouth. Once it was firmly in, Dipper began to suck on the very hard rod. He sucked it like the lollipop he got in the county fair a while back. There's a lot of backstory in this. It tasted a lot like it, too. The legs were so expertly over his shoulder that he could have been a gymnast. The more he sucked his hard dick, the more his aroused legs shook. Eventually, just when he was going to give out, he came in his mouth. It was the best thing he ever experienced, and kept on performing fellatio on himself. As he was stimulating himself orally, he accidentally fell over on his side. He broke from his penis and cummed on the floor. The floor was covered in so much of Dipper's cum that he started to make a snow angel in the cum, or a cum angel. He was eating some in the process. Then he looked to his side, and immediately became hard that the red tip started touching his short pubic hair. He saw what was causing it. He saw his underwear covered in dark brown feces. He held up his underwear, which was covered in the cum-filled floor, and marveled at its erotic beauty. The feces were so beautifully ejaculated, so smooth in its sticky brown. Oh.
You need to take over now?
So perfectly they felt in Dipper's white hands. He wanted his shit. He held the brown underwear like a fish on a lure, and put his sticky. I'm good. I'm good.
You were actually gagging.
Sticky white lips into the brown feces. His tongue was rubbing the crap all over his tighty whities, making his mouth all brown white mess. Oh, jeez. Fucking Christ. Okay. He was biting into the shit and sucking it in his mouth. It was more stimulating.
Tasting it, flavoring it, aerating it.
He knew that he didn't need Wendy or Mabel. I would hope he doesn't need Mabel. Fuck, they're related. Or any of the other girls in Gravity Falls. Why were those his two options? Either...
Man, if Dipper ever got Ebola, all of Gravity Falls would be fucked.
All he needed was a big pile of shit. He took a scoop of the feces. He had a lot of diarrhea, and began to spread it over his dick. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Every time he spread the crap, he was getting more and more aroused. Once his dick was completely brown, he came again. It filled up all the spots in the stall that weren't covered in Dipper's cum. Once again, Dipper took big scoops of cum and consumed it in large gulps. Now Dipper had to put the brown sticky feces all over his penis again, and boy did he do a good job.
Oh boy!
The brown stuff was all over his external genitals and his testicles. He had come a few times here and there. Now his beautiful brown genitals needed to be...
Yes, ma'am? Hi, Mama!
No,
love you too.
But Dipper didn't have any cleaning supplies, so he had to suck the shit off. He brung his erection up to his mouth and began to suck. This time he made it very clear to lick the feces off with his tongue. And as soon as the tongue touched his dick, he cummed. He was having the most fun he had ever had in that bathroom stall and forgot who he was, where he lived. Oh my God.
Holy fuck.
You ever nut so good you're like, where am I? Who are you? Where he was, or what he was eating, all that was on his mind was his sweet cum. He just thought of a great idea. Dipper took a scoop full of diarrhea and a scoop full of cum and put it in the toilet. He flushed it, but before it went all the way down, he grabbed the wet pile of shit and cum and stuck it in his mouth. Dipper was consuming all the shit, cum, and toilet water. It tasted great. Toilet water? You're throwing that one in now? He kept on doing it for God knows how long, and one of the times he hit his head against the toilet rim. Dipper's brain must have been knocked out of place at that time, because this time, instead of putting the shit and cum in his food hole, he started to lather it with his penis again. Oh no.
Oh no.
More.
Oh, it's got a red head.
He wanted more, but that would be a fatal mistake. Once it was covered again, he put it in his mouth and began sucking, but did it too hard. As he was sucking and coming, he accidentally bit on his dick. The fucking SpongeBob, the foghorn.
Yeah, Taco Bell cinnamon twists.
As if he tasted the blood, he broke out of and saw his lacerated penis. Oh my god. Saw mix of blood and cum coming out of it like AA lava, and his erectile muscle pointing. Oh fuck. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Dipper grabbed it and grimaced in pain. He winced at it and looked horrified. He snapped out of it all and tried to figure out a solution to the castration. He put some diarrhea and cum on it. He put some diarrhea and cum on it, but that didn't stop the bleeding.
No shit.
Damn.
This is
Not only
Out of all the medical journals, I'm pretty sure that was the most well-researched and backed method for clotting blood.
Yeah, oh my god, that's gonna give you a fucking big infection.
Yeah, it'll cause your blood to go septic.
Oh god. Oh fuck. Dipper
Because there
spit
is
out
an artery in your penis. Bye.
Dipper spit out the piece of dick that he bit off and tried to reapply it, but it didn't work.
Oh.
How many times
maybe he should try some more diarrhea.
they all failed? He put more of his reproductive fluids on the castration, but they only made the penis swell up like the Goodyear blimp. Dipper was licking the blood off the try to stop it, but the blood was coming faster than he could lick. He was now in ultimate pain and felt nothing like this. He screamed as loud as he could and felt like no one could hear him. He was screaming louder and louder, saying, "Help! I bit my dick." Oh wait, no, that's you.
Oh, help! I bit my dick off.
He was going insane. He started to bang against the stall, screaming,
"Help!"
as loud as he could yell. After a full 5 minutes with a large mix of blood, cum, and feces on the floor, he was banging his head against the stall. The banging was louder than the loudest thunderstorm, and yet no one came for the help. Dipper was alone in the bathroom, alone in the stall, alone with his beloved dick, now to near death, and unfortunately was near death. After one final blow to the head, the now screaming Dipper was now as silent as Christmas Eve.
Alex.
He fell to the... Do you mind?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is family time. Celeste.
Alex?
No interrupting stories.
Is Alex here?
Alex.
What?
Watch that video.
It's a bit cold in here. Okay. He fell